Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to tie a kind of a banger style popper. It's like kind of a cross between a Bob's banger and a popper. It's not really like your traditional kind of classic popper where the head is mounted on top of the shank. Instead, it's kind of a mounted like a Bob's banger. And this is kind of a nice little pattern. It's got some oranges, you can switch up the colors and all that. And the heads to, kind of change up the colors. You really can use any hook for this popper. You can use more of a banger style hook or more of a hook that you would use for a normal popper. And you can tie this in a wide variety of sizes. Just make sure that the hook size matches the popper head size. For a thread, I'm using UTC 210 denier in white, but you can go to 140 if you prefer. Alright, so before you start building up that nice thread base for the popper head, you're going to want to cut this thing to size. I'm using floats here for conventional fishing, but you can buy standard popper heads. I will link these in the product description where you can find all the materials to tie this fly. I will link these exact floats, but basically I'm just cutting the face off of these, and before I'm doing that, I'm gonna kind of test fit those over the hook eye so that you turn that circular hole that they come with, kind of squish it over the eye and kind of turn that into kind of a larger hole so it can fit over the eye once you're done. Don't be like me, guys. Use a standard razor blade. Don't use a double-edged razor blade. Even though those are sharper, they tend to wobble while you cut, and just a standard razor blade will give you a better cut. All right, so build up a nice little thread base for that popper head to go over, and then you're going to test fit that popper head. All right, so now that you've completed your test fit, just wrap to the eye and back, and then you can apply some super glue and then put that head on. I really like Gorilla Glue. I think it does a really good job with keeping those popper heads on. So just if you're wondering what glue to use, you can use Zappy Gap. All that is great, but Gorilla Glue is a great option. All right, now once you're done applying that glue to those thread wraps, you can now put your popper head on and secure it in place. All right, so our next ingredient is going to be a few saddle hackles, and you can use anywhere from 2 to 4 for the tail here. And you want these to kind of extend about a full hook past the end of the hook. And you're going to cut these off and tie them in right behind that popper head, and just kind of cover those over and then wrap back to the hook bend. All right, our last ingredient is going to be another saddle hackle, actually. You can use black here, but I'm just going to be using orange. But again, switch it up, use black, pick different colors to kind of see how they work. But basically, you want one with a good amount of fluffies near the end, and some pretty long barbules. And basically, what you're going to do is you're going to cut it off to form a little triangle tie-in point. And then you're going to tie that in. All right, now you're going to wrap that hackle all the way to directly behind the popper head. And I like to incorporate some of the fuzzies in there. I like the look, but certainly if you want to just cut the fuzzies off and just do the hackle, and certainly you could do a two-tone hackle where you could kind of either tie a black and an orange hackle in at the same time, or just wrap a orange hackle and then wrap a black hackle, or any combination. Just kind of mix it up. All right, now once you've tied those down, you can put a 5-turn whip finish in there. All right, guys, and there you have it. A pretty simple popper pattern, and certainly a lot of fun. Feel free to switch up the materials and the colors, and it's just a nice little simple popper pattern. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and if you did, please consider subscribing and like this video, please. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching.